Gone are the days when new phones brought significant new features to newer releases. So too are the days where processing speed doubled every 18 months, and the days where replaceable batteries were standard in phones. Smartphones reached product maturity years ago, leaving the main reason for an upgrade being that the phone no longer lasts all day. But what if you could fix this too? I get at least 5 years life out of my budget phones. Want to know how? Keep watching. Welcome to the channel where I review and give away products. This video I'll be giving away this Chargie A GE Gold Edition adapter. We'll find out if this $25 adapter extends your phone's battery lifetime. Spoiler, it does, but with a big but. And I'll explore other possible solutions to prolong your phone's battery life. The purpose of Chargie is to reduce degradation of your phone's battery, thus making your phone's battery lifetime longer. It does not make your phone run time longer, rather it reduces degradation of the battery, meaning if you get 8 hours of screen time from a new phone, in 2 years you might still get 7.5 hours of screen time instead of just 6. It does this by cutting power when your battery reaches a specified percentage. It also allows you to safely charge your device overnight. It does a few more things, but not very well. Here are some specs. Most importantly, it works with wireless chargers, although I didn't test that, and the price is $25. The first feature, as I mentioned, is to charge till a desired battery percentage and then stop. In the picture on the right, that's 78%. It will allow a certain percentage drop in charge before topping up again. In the picture on the right, I've set that to 3%, which means when it gets down to 74%, it will start charging again until it reaches 78% and then it will stop. Both of these values are configurable. It also allows scheduled overnight charging via this icon. You can see here I've set it up to charge at 68% and then at 5 AM charge to 78%. You can set this up per day of the week. As you can see here, I have it set up the same for the whole week. You can charge to 100% with a full tank button. This is handy for long days, but you do have to trigger this manually. Top up now, I think, overrides the schedule and forces to use the regular mode. There's a manual switch to use the phone as a remote for another device. It's handy, but I can't actually think of a use case myself. It's not clear which of these features take priority over each other. The app designers really need to make this a lot clearer, because I still didn't fully figure it out. And while all of those features are there, it will also always cut off charging if your battery reaches the temperature you specify. On the right, you can see I've specified 33 degrees Celsius. This is a really good feature, especially for when you're driving in a car, when the phone is on the hot dashboard. Firstly, let me say that there are many issues. Product design is lacking, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were no testers working at the company at all. The hardware limiter functionality is useless. This should be a catch-all for non-phone tablet devices, but it works on a single wattage threshold. And since all AC chargers are different and all devices are different, it only works with one AC adapter and device combination, since you only set one wattage threshold. It would be better if it worked on a percentage drops in watts being drawn. For example, if it drops to 60% of the maximum wattage draw, then stop charging. This is not easy to get right, but it would make it work on multiple devices and AC chargers. Future editing self here. Since I tested this feature and recorded this, the app has been updated. They have added a smart mode, which I think works just like I mentioned, but this does not work with this Chargie adapter. Instead, they shamelessly plug you to buy the newer Chargie adapter as shown on screen. And also, while we're here, you can see in the picture an example of poor app design. They've used a technical term, VBus. 99% of users won't know what a VBus is, so better use a different term. About 15% of the time, it just does not work, which means you wake up with an empty phone battery once a week, or you have to manually check it starts charging each night before you sleep, which just adds one more step to charging your phone. You can only access the app's user interface if the phone is plugged into the Chargie device. This means that the manual switch functionality is not accessible when you need it, and hence it's completely useless. This is exactly the kind of thing that testers find, but for some reason has been missed by the Chargie team. The battery health indicator never worked for me, and I tried it on 7 devices. The quality of this feature is not alpha, and it just should not be in the app. There's a minor issue. Some non-Chargie devices show up in the connection screen. This doesn't really affect anything, but it's just really sloppy and likely a result of lack of testing. I'll put a picture on the screen for you when I edit the video. Chargie only works properly with a single device, not multiple, so that makes it less useful for many users. I did most of my testing a few months ago, so some of the issues may be fixed already. Additionally, the company has 0 support. If you want to read all the details, you can pause and read, but I'll be brief. This company has no customer service. There was a delivery problem, it wasn't delivered. The Chargie team were refunded by UPS. They were supposed to refund me, but they just ignored my emails. They only replied to me when I threatened to get my money back via a PayPal dispute. They replied once and then they ignored me again. In the end, I got my money via a PayPal dispute. Let's look at some of the pros and the cons. It mostly works if you only use one device. I tested separately and exclusively on 2 different phones. It prevents battery overheat, which looks after the battery. This is a really great feature. Long term, even if it only works 85% of the time, it still lengthens your battery lifetime. 15% of the time, it just doesn't work. Once a week, you wake up with no battery, which is really annoying. And this, in my opinion, is a deal breaker. It needs to be fixed. And I'll let you know if they fix it when I edit the video. This also just shows a lack of testing. How could a company like this miss this? It's so obvious. If it is fixed though, I think this is a good product. It rarely worked with my tablets or another phone. I'd say about 20% of the time. The software quality is terrible. The Bluetooth connection is not reliable. Sometimes you can't find Chargie or it lists non-Chargie devices. The battery health indicator never worked for me. It's not alpha quality and it just shouldn't be there. The manual health switch cannot be accessed. The hardware limiter functionality is useless. Chargie team, please use my suggestion. It will work much better. The app design does not make it clear how it works or the precedence of the different modes. Instead, you need to learn by playing with it. It's too much faff for the average user, or in my opinion, even a power user. Sometimes it's best to limit the functionality and make sure that the supplied features work 99% of the time. Overall, I would recommend this device if you only use one device, as it does prevent the battery overheating and it does work most of the time, even given its limitations. It's a real shame because this product has so much potential, but the lack of execution ruins it. Of course there are other options. Here's some simple ones. Up until now I've used a 10-year-old charger for overnight charging. I'll put a photo up on the screen. Old chargers charge slower. So if you can use a charger that's 5 volts at less than 1 amp, that's good. But in general, the slower the better. You can also use an auto power disconnect cable or adapter. I have a McDodo brand cable. Now they seem to only sell adapters. I'll put a pic on the screen. With these cables, after the phone shows 100%, it shows that it's still charging for about 30 minutes before it will auto disconnect. So these cables work on current draw, not battery percentage. So they do actually work. It's just that your phone shows 100% even though the phone is not completely full and still charging. Or you can combine these, a slow AC power adapter and an auto cutoff cable. I've been doing this for about 8 years now and my phone batteries generally have 80% capacity after 5 or 6 years. Chargie works, but it has serious reliability issues. If they fix those, I can recommend the Chargie. They have a new laptop solution coming via Kickstarter. They've said they have apps on Windows, Mac and Linux. I use Linux, so I hope they follow through on that promise, as not many companies do. It will ship soon, so I may do a video on it. The important bit. Watch the video from start to finish. Subscribe to the channel. Like and leave a comment. I like feedback, good or bad, or let me know what you'd like to see in a future video. I'll use a random comment selector and make a video announcing the winner in 3 to 4 weeks or about 400 subscribers, whichever's first. I will verify the actual winner before sending it. There are often scammers for these giveaways. Remember, I won't ask for any money, I will pay the postage. Unfortunately, on the last giveaway, there was someone trying to game the system, so I need to introduce some new rules. Firstly, only accounts created before the video was released are eligible. And secondly, if I become suspicious of foul play, I will select a new winner, and I won't need to give a reason for this. This seems a bit harsh, but I really want to keep it fair. Some ideas for upcoming videos. I'd like to review the Highbake Pro, which is a black and white ink Android phone. I think this is a really great idea and has some good use cases. There are many reviews of this product already, so I only want to do this if I can add a unique angle on it to give you more information. This likely won't be a giveaway since this is very expensive and I still use it as my daily phone. Then to keep the giveaways going, I'll give away an Aqua Trident automatic watch. It's a 36mm diver with a really nice dial. It's not on theme for the channel, but I'd like to give it away anyway. After that, I'll hopefully do a series related to good privacy practices. First, I'll focus on password management and email aliasing, which hides your real email address. Then I'll look at private calendars and how they work together with email aliasing. For those videos, I'll run through the benefits, the details of the features, a sort of FAQ but without the questions, and how to set it up for yourself. It's actually pretty straightforward. I hope to give away subscriptions if I can convince the company to sponsor with a free subscription or two. That's it for now. If you've got something out of this video, please like and subscribe, because the more the channel grows, the bigger the giveaways will become. Thanks for watching. A little on how it works. You have your AC charger and Chargie device, and of course your phone. When you plug in the USB, the app will detect the power has been plugged in. The app will then, via Bluetooth, tell Chargie to switch off charging. It will check power is lost on the phone to check that the cable that was plugged into the phone is actually connected to the Chargie device and not a random power charger. The app will then tell Chargie to start charging again. Once this is confirmed, and only then, you can enter the app's user interface. I'll pause and show a video of this happening. I have the Chargie app open and it's found the nearby device. I plugged in the USB cable that is connected to the Chargie. You can see the notification at the top of the screen. The app then connects to the Chargie device and then tests the connection. I'll pause on the connection confirmation so you can see it. It's very quick. After this, the UI is available to use and the Chargie turns power back on. Sometimes the battery picture is black and white and sometimes it's colour. I don't know why.